Yeah, good morning to everybody. It's a real pleasure for us to be here in Tshwane this morning. As you know, the entries for the event have opened, but this is really our launch, our celebration of the launch of the event. And I think it's important to firstly acknowledge the President of AGN and thank you for you and your committee's support of the event. You know, we strongly believe as the organisers in collaboration. And whilst our job is to find partners like Absa and Puma and DHL, it's absolutely impossible to do it without the cooperation of the Federation and of the city. So Director of Sport and AGN President, thank you for being here this morning, and for all the other dignitaries. We really look forward to the 27th of August. And then of course with Absa on board and the energy that Puma and Woolworths and our other major partners put into the event, we look forward to a fantastic event. But to answer your question, Mazabodi, I think that the vision of the Absa Around Your City series is really to put on an event that takes in what the cities are about. And so when we reveal the route in a few weeks' time, I think you'll see that we're going to experience Tshwane as we do Cape Town and Johannesburg and Durban and the other cities. And so that's going to be very exciting. We look forward to an amazing venue for the start and finish around the Union buildings. That's going to be very exciting. And then I think just in terms of the vision, it really is a combination of mass participation celebration, celebrating our cities, celebrating being South African, celebrating all the positive things about South Africa. We all know that we've got some tough challenges at the moment, but every city that the Absa Around Your City series goes to, it's really a huge injection of positive energy into the city on that day and on that week. And that's what we're going to try and achieve in Tshwane also, with the collaboration of all our partners. And then inspiring people through the excellence of performance of South African and African athletes. As you said, most African and South African athletes that perform at the highest level, like Steve Mokoka and Glen Rose that are here, really have to go to Europe and Japan and America to compete. And so what we're trying to do is put on world-class events with world-class performances on South African soil. And we've been exceptionally successful in that in the past. Just in a few weeks' time, we've got the world record holder, Yalamzer Falalu, competing in Durban. And so we hope that many hundreds and hopefully thousands of young girls and young women will see her compete and be inspired to take up the sport of running, be inspired to train and to focus on trying to achieve goals through the sport of running. And there's no other sport like running to combine and unite South Africans. So we look forward to many, many thousands of runners lining up in front of the Union buildings on the 27th of August and having a fantastic day.
Yeah, it is going to be an absolutely wonderful day. And when you talk about inspiration, last year in Durban, at the Absa Around Your City Durban 10K, we had multiple world record holder Genzebe Kibaba there. Now, what usually happens at these races is that most of us will be in the same hotel, and we'll share meals together. So there comes Genzebe Kibaba. Now, mind you, we've got Olympians, Mukoka, there's Renee Kalmer as well, double Olympian, and others who performed at the top. But there she comes to have her lunch. And some of the younger athletes who were doing this for the first time, I've never seen a queue like that for selfies. And talking through a translator, having a conversation about running. She even did a video call with some athletes who weren't at the race, who said, when their friend said, "Hey, we're here with Genzebe," they're like, "You're lying." Video call, answer video call. And so that's what happens. These youngsters have now run with her in a race, and now they can see, this is also a person like me. I can also run at that level. And what we've seen since then, and it was said well by Mukoka and Elroy Galant, is that the improvement in South African running over the last few years has been amazing. We'll hear from him in just a moment, but that's what we're talking about here. It is true inspiration, and when you have the world's best, it means that you need to deliver a world-class event. So what is the city's commitment? Because the city is very involved in and making sure that we have a world-class race. I know in terms of the refuse collection, the closure, the road closures, there's a lot that the city does. If you could just share some of that with us for the inaugural Absa Run Your City 2010K.
No, thanks. Look, we are part of the team currently planning for the event. There's a lot that is expected out of us, and there's a commitment already made that we must ensure that this becomes a success. And we have made a commitment that insofar as the safety aspect, which is key, and the issue of the road closures, as we put it now, which is the responsibility of our TMPD, we will be coordinating those through the relevant departments and ensuring that at least the numbers that will be coming here feel safe and have a safe race. And there's also our interaction with the department that is managing the union buildings. We have engaged with them, and we can confirm that the union buildings is now booked.
But we may not celebrate because there's a big hill behind the union buildings. We'll wait and see for the route.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, so yeah, those are the key areas that are going to ensure that the event is a success, and we've committed already that we will coordinate those. Thanks.
Thank you. So we know that the event will be a success with the wonderful commitment of the city. You've mentioned importantly, and I will encourage you, because many of us here are walkers, runners, drafstappie of Vatukal. You can go there on Strava and make sure that you follow the Absa Run Your City series. Because what happens there is, I did it a while ago, is for every kilometer you run, as we've heard Jolene Grobler mention here, the Absa donates R1 for every kilometer. And they bring the running billboard. It is a beautiful container, see-through. So it's very kind of like new age, like very sexy. And but it's see-through because there's a treadmill inside, and you're running there. You try to run your kilometer, and R1 is donated. But the people, there's a long queue outside. Then when you start walking, yeah, man, I also want to run. So in the build-up to the race, you can also log your kilometers there on Strava, and we will raise money for a good cause. Jolene, what are you looking forward to? You've told us about that. We know good Sisobangena. So what are you looking forward to on the big day for the race?
So we're very excited to explore Tshwane and the capital city. I'm in agreement with everybody. It had to be here first. So we're very excited for the event. So what we will have is an MC and a warm-up at the start of the race. We'll create a bit of energy there at the beginning, have a little dance, and then as you continue with the race, we'll have an Absa encouragement zone. Our regional colleagues will be present there to encourage you during the race and do a bit of music and dancing.
Yeah, because most of the Absa colleagues come to the race.
Yes, absolutely. This is as much a colleague engagement, the customer engagement, as it is for the community, right? So very excited about that. And then we also have the Absa Grab and Go hospitality at the end of the race. So if you're invited to be part of that Absa team, then you have the benefit of the Absa Grab and Go. And if you participate in the running billboard, you can win a chance to come to the Grab and Go hospitality afterwards. So very, very excited. Our colleagues are excited, our customers always want to be part of this, and looking forward to make a difference in the community. Please, we do encourage you to partake, because the greater participation we have, the better impact we can make in the community, and specifically in the Tshwane community who needs it. Thank you.
Exactly. And I must say, on my drive into the city this morning, coming from Khosi Mampuru side, I found it was very clean. So we're looking forward to more of that on race day. I know the city's always full out of stops. You mentioned there that you went to Josie. What can we expect from AGN? Because we can't be defeated by CGA. We can't. What can we expect from AGN for the big race? And all your colleagues are here, those from the Road Running Commission, technical officials, they're here sitting at the back. What can we expect from AGN?
Expect wow. We have tasked the chairperson of road running that he must not sleep until that race takes over. So he must go all the corners of the provinces, even the board members that are here. We have committed ourselves that we must go all out and suspend some of the board meetings and make sure that this event becomes we're looking forward.
You nearly gave people a heart attack with suspend some of the board members. So, is your chairperson of road running is there? Is it Muraro? Oh, he's doubling up this one. Please stand up. Both at Athletics South Africa and of course at Athletics Gauteng North, these are the people who will be doing the work, so we must expect wow and a wonderful event.
We're looking forward, as we said, that working with the city, because we can't do it without the city. As a family that we have started, and our last meeting, I told them that we have a slogan for the race, that coming together is a beginning, and then staying together is progress, and working together is a success for the city. So if we maintain that slogan, it's a wow.
It's a wow. Beautiful. Thank you, Daniel Khanisi, of course, who is also represents us at the Athletics South Africa level at the board there. Michael Mayer, we'll close it off with you. You always speak about inspiration, this being a world-class event, and this not being possible without A, the partners that we have in our cities, but B, all the sponsors we have. This is a massive undertaking, and I think it's important for us to thank those who make it possible.
Absolutely, Mosgori. I think that every single partner that we have involved in the Absa Run Your City series really is committed to the journey, and the journey is from now until the event. So they don't just rock up on the weekend of the event. We've mentioned the commitment of Absa through the donation and for every kilometre that you do, training for the event and at the event itself. But over the next 2 months, in various locations around Swane, there'll be what we call the Puma warm-up runs, Puma demo runs, where you can join for free, try on a pair of Puma shoes and run 5 kilometres and test the shoes and have the experience. We've got obviously one of the most exciting elements of the event is by entering the event you can win a Cherry Tigo Pro 4 vehicle with close to 300,000 Rand. So that's I think a big motivation, and Woolworths and DHL and all our other partners are involved in various elements of the event. And so we want to encourage everybody here and everybody watching at home to really enter the event. We need to have 10,000 runners on the streets of Swane. I think that the AGN president would like to beat the number of 12,000 which we had in Johannesburg. But we want to have a massive celebration in Swane on the 27th of August. So please, schools, companies, clubs, your friends, your family, get them to enter. The value of the entry is phenomenal. I think the value that you get when you enter and the experience that you get is amazing. So we look forward to a phenomenal day on the 27th of August. Thank you for being here this morning, and it's full steam ahead, I think, on the organisational side. But in terms of radio and television, you'll hear a lot about the event over the next 2 months. But we look forward to seeing you all there on the 27th.
Yeah, we do. Thank you. Before I let them go, let's just let you know which charities will benefit from us running those 1 kilometers. We have Reach for a Dream, Cotlands, and the Tshwane SPCA as well. Some of those that will benefit from our running, our sweating, our why am I doing this, I'm so tired. They are the ones that will benefit. And if you enter the race, of course, we've mentioned, as you saw, that guy who jumped up and almost strangled the mayor in Cape Town, he was celebrating winning that Cherry Tiggo 4 Pro Urban vehicle. The exact amount, 308 and 900,000 rand. And that's compliments of the Absa Run Your City series, as well as Absa Vehicle Finance. You get the car, you're gone, and you can enjoy. So it's a wonderful race to be part of, and you have many, many reasons to enter the race. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's give a round of applause to our panel, starting out with Jolene Grobler from Absa. From the city of Tshwane, Ntate Tepo Ragata. As well as Gauteng North's Hendrik Moganyetsi. And from Stillwater Sports, Mr. Michael Mayer. Thank you so much, ladies and gents. You can exit stage left, and as we do, please use the hashtag Absa Run Your City series. Thank you so much for joining us here on this stream this morning. We are all over our platforms, and this is where you have to be to find out more about those 5K Puma Nitro demo runs, which will be coming up in the lead up to the race. All the information shared on these pages, and we will have lots more for you coming up. But now then, we've mentioned his name time and again this morning, so please let's welcome him up, and we will welcome him and his, well, former training partner, but one of the very best. She has been in flying form in 2023. Beat her 10-kilometer personal best twice, and then went right up into the top 3 on the SA all-time list alongside Ilana Meyer and Colleen de Rieck in the half marathon on the back of a 68-minute, that's 1 hour and 8 minutes, 21-kilometer run at the Nelson Mandela Bay half marathon. She performed well at the Absa Run Your City Gqeberha 10K. Please, she is now at home, Gotwane, originally from Mpumalanga. Put your hands together for Supercharger Glen Rose Banda. To sit alongside her, when I say her former training partner, they used to train together under the guidance of a man who is here today, very unassuming, but he's produced over 300 athletes who've represented South Africa. If you could just rise and we could give him a round of applause, wearing his black cap there. He's originally from Kaslamakase, Soweto, Brass Punch, Michael Sime. If you could please stand up, Brass Punch. He used to coach at Glen
Asian coaches, clubs, members of the media, and then let me say Still Waters, as well as Absa. I'm wrapping up with Absa because we are here for the launch of Absa Run Your City. So I can say we have to thank Still Waters for this. So coming to your question, I, for one, I'm grateful that we are having one in the city, in the capital city. Still Waters and Absa took a great initiative for bringing one in the city. I can say Still Waters, let's give them the round of applause because it's not only for the city, but it's for the country. We go around the world, we find city marathons, and people are finding great pleasure and they are proud of that. So having one in my second home, I can say it's my second home. I've been here for since 2009, if I remember correctly. I can say having one here, it's awesome. I had Mr. President mentioning that we travel a lot, but this time we're just gonna be at home. I will wake up whatever time and then just go and embrace and also join the people who push the slogan of painting the city of Tshwane red. So for me as an individual or for me as an athlete, I can say we are grateful as athletes, we are expanding. We are grateful as athletes, we are moving towards our cities. I'm wondering if it's going to go to Mpumalanga where Glen Rose comes from. You know, but this year has been great because we had 2. It's the second one now because we had one in Pretoria a few months ago, and then we are having one now in Tshwane in the next few weeks. So I can say it's a great year for us as athletes because the more you add them, the more we are able to make a little money because we rely on this, we make a living out of this. So the greater the more the events, the more we have to work. But Michael, watch, because hey, we're going to end up running 12 months now.
No off season, yeah?
No off season is going to be tough, but we are looking forward for that, because I've always urged you that please, as Absa, as well as Stillwaters, can you please, just to try it takes fun, but at least move towards where I come from.
Yeah, it's not far. And you know, when you attend races in this part of the world, we heard about sports tourism. You will meet someone at a race, sorry. Then you say, oh, Pretoria guy, at a bread. Brits is in the northwest, but people from Brits will say, yeah, no, I'm from Pretoria. Yeah, no, Mapapani is just here, so I'm from Brit. So we're going to have a lot of guys coming from the northwest. Rustenburg is what, sometimes less than an hour's drive, depending on which route you take and where in Pretoria you're going to. We'll have a lot of people coming in Mpumalanga as well, Limpopo, to take part in this race. Glenrose, you are originally from Mpumalanga, but this place is home. We've heard about the course, that the course will be unveiled. Just tell us about some courses here, because I know with Anzi Malama course we Ajani Jama race was Pretoria. How are the courses? Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning, Zibudi and everyone. I'd like to thank Michael Mayor for the invitation and also bring the Absa here in Pretoria. Yeah, go back to your question. The cost of Pretoria are not easy, especially the ones that are around new building. I think it will be a good cause because sometimes the time when I was training with Stephen, we were used to train around here in your building. The course is not nice, but we can run it.
You can run it, exactly. Yourself, Champ, you are running very well in 2023. You know, it's been amazing. She said to us in Kabeja, after she ran a new 10-kilometer personal best, 32 minutes, she said, I feel that I'm going to run a very good 10 or half marathon. I'm going to run 68 minutes. And this was the important thing. She says, it won't happen in Europe. It will happen here. Why are you saying that? These days, Amaris we too fast. Why did you say that? Would you feel that you are still going to run your best times, Kwanala Science?
I think because we have a good organizer, especially when it comes to road running, Michael may do all the best to get us for those Africans that are running very fast.
Yeah,
they are running world records. So when we go into the race, we're expecting to run very fast. And even when we train, we will need to focus to run good split. I can say that I told you that I will run very fast this year because a couple of years I was having a lot of injuries. Now I have good support structure. That's why I'm able to train very consistently all the time. So I was wanting to run 68 in here in South Africa, not in Europe, because former coach Michael Mayer, former coach Michael Sen.
There are so many Michaels here. Yeah.
Kesa asked Michael Seme that when Glenn was going to run half marathon, and Michael told Kesa that the time Glenn was going to run half marathon will surprise everyone because she's going to run 68. So I'm very happy because I achieved the dream that he was having for me long time ago.
Yeah, no better way to say it. So we'll come back to Stephen Mukoka. Tipi, one thing that you are like Gerda Steyn, whom we heard from earlier on, you don't mind going to a race. You were here at Wally Hayward. We saw you running here. tempo run. We saw you at Inos Kosana's race earlier on this year in January, going to do some of your training at local races, and then afterwards spending some time with the athletes, especially some of those up and coming elite athletes who you will spend much time talking to and advising. What's the vibe like here in Tshwane races when you're taking part? Sometimes we even see you running at the back with your wife. What's the vibe like in this Tshwane races? What can we expect in terms of the Absa Run Your City Tshwane 10K?
I can say to you, in Tshwane is like Joburg. There's much competition between the two. What I know is that there is business here, it's more of government. So there are a lot of people in this city.
Yeah.
Especially when you go to races. There are a lot of clubs now in Tshwane. So when you go to races, I go to races because I find joy actually going to races, because when I have to do my long run, if I have to go run a 35K or 30K on my own, it's very difficult because I have to have a car. Somebody has to second us, give water, give us special drinks. But when we go to races, it's easier because there are designated water points and everything, and then the routes are very nice as well. It's also nice because nowadays we run loops. So you'll run a 30K, 3 laps, and then on the 3 laps you'll find people who are running like a 21Ks, 2 hours. You're not gonna get lonely, you know, when you are running, because you'll find people who are racing from different clubs, you know, and then they'll be cheering at you. So it's always nice sometimes to come and visit the people that support us, because it's not only about elite running, you know, there are people out there who aspire to become like us. There are people who are running for health reasons, you know. It's inspiring that we come back to them and then, I mean, show our faces there so that they don't only see us in races or on TV. So it's always nicer to see people running or jogging, people making business. I know these days people are making business.
Yeah, we're talking what's the running.
Yes. I mean, I think in Wally Airwood, they were building up for comrades, I think. There were a lot of athletes who haven't qualified there. So running those laps, and then when I finished, I had to watch people chasing the qualifier. They were like, this is the last marathon. If you don't make it, you'll never make it. You know, you could see people, tears going down, those who did not make the qualifier. So it's always amazing to go and visit people and have fun with them, because I always promote social running. I promote healthy lifestyle, because it's always, I mean, it's not only myself. We see a lot of clubs are open now. Vitality has a club, Momentum has, Discovery has got a club, because they are pushing healthy lifestyle as well for points. You get the discount when you go there, you do this. So I can say maybe Absa also must consider opening a club. You know, if they can consider opening a club, to get more clients as well. Especially if we keep going to expand in other cities, painting other cities red. If you have a club, believe me not, you're gonna be visible more than now, but consider opening a club.